All right, what's good, guys? This is System Test 96, bringing old to ADA compliance.
Welcome to Black Lightning 4547. I'm your host, Devin. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content for your eyes. Make sure you impale the notification bell. Thank you for viewing the channel, and I hope all is well.
All right, so pretty much the theme of the system test is we have an older building that had an addition done. And so because of that, the older section has to comply with the newer section done. Usually the older section can get away with the grandfathering rule. But as soon as you do any altering to the structure or anything, like for example adding on like an addition or something like that, then that older section has to comply with the newer section. So the older notification appliances are still left intact, but they added ADA compliant strobes. So that's pretty much the theme that we're going for in this system test. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show you what I got for the test today. So on the ceiling, for all the audibles in this test, we have the AMSCO BZ54 VL4 motor horns. And yes, I've done a test with these, but they had their own AMSCO SL3 strobes on them. And it's been over a year since I've done it. And once again, it's going to be the first time with the new edition of the system hearing these. So I was kind of curious to see what these horns sound like with all more of them together. So that's why I chose these, and I also have the most of these too. So but yeah, so we got those again. So for our ADA compliant strobes, we have the Willock RSS. Now this will show you the theme of the strobes. They are in the same family pretty much, as well as the ZRS family. This one is actually a ZR because it's a Siemens. But yeah, so we have RSS and ZRS strobes for the ADA compliant strobes. So right here in particular, we have a RSS 24 MCW FW, and it's set on 110 candela because we're in the bedroom, and the 110 candelas need to reach the pillow. So that's that. And then once again, you just saw it. We have a ZR MCW remote strobe. This one's set on 15 candela, and it's flush mounted but with no back box. It's just on the drywall. And then for all of our pull stations, the pull stations are left the same pretty much in the old editions, which are in this case the 270A SPOs. Okay. And so out here for our loft notification appliance, we have in the unique setup pretty much. So for the strobe plate, we have a RSSP 2475 WFR. It is a fixed candela, 75 candela strobe plate, synchronized, obviously. Like I said, it's still part of the RSS family. And like I said, wall mount red fire lettering. Behind it, we have another BZ54 VL4 AMSCO motor horn. And yeah, so like I said, all the detectors. We have still the AMSCO select the horn strobe for the carbon monoxide. I know if someone asked a question regarding the carbon monoxide alarms and if they're going to be changed out at all. They will be changed, but they will be changed infrequently compared to the fire alarm section because, like I said, the focal point is still going to be fire safety. And so because of that, I also will not test the carbon monoxide detectors every system test. It's probably going to be every other system test. So yeah, all the AMSCO select the horn strobes, pretty much all the carbon monoxide alarms are still the same from the last test. For the pull station, we have the Edwards 270A SPO once again. And then once again in the gym, we have another Edwards 270A SPO. And then we have a unique setup right here. So on the left, once again, we have the AMSCO motor horn BZ54 VL4, as you can see down there. And then on the right side, we have my genuine Willock ZRS MCW FR. and it's mounted on my DRP DA DVP. It is what that means. It's DRP is my brand, my homemade brand. Devin Reassures Protection. That's what it means. It is also a double entendre because those letters are also my initials. DA meaning double gang audible, which for 4x4 audibles. And then DV is double gang visual, which are double gang 4x4 visuals. And then P stands for plate. So that's that simple. It's just made out of sheet metal, like some steel. And then I spray painted it red. The same spray paint I used on my double projector. And so, yeah, that's that. And also, by the way, this is on 15 Candela. And, yeah, so true alarm and, yep. So let's go ahead and go downstairs where it kind of gets a little freaky. So downstairs, we have, once again, the RSSP, but this one's the RSSP 24MCWFW is the wall mount in white fire lettering, multi-candela. And this one is set on 75 Candela because it covers a larger area. It goes all the way down to the kitchen pretty much. So, and then behind it, once again, we have my BZ54VL4 Amsico motor horn. And then the quick connect is still there. And then, like I said, the select the horn strobe Amsico is still there. And then for end of line for fire alarm, it's the same device. Down there, except this one is set on 30 Candela. Because it's just in the living room and it's shorter than the kitchen. So, yeah. I try to be realistic with the candelas and things like that. But once again, quick connect still remains. And then on the wall, as you can see, we still have the annunciator as always. Looking good. And then for the pull station down here, we have an Edwards 275 SPO. It is the tab style pull station. You guys haven't seen this in a while. And then once again, we have the carbon monoxide detector. And then once again, the quick connect still remains. And then in the garage, for our pull station, we have the Mertone 73 or 73030U pull station. You guys haven't seen this in ages too. Like I said, it's another tab style pull station. You pull from the top. And then up here, we have our Federal Signal Select Tone 50D, just the same as last test. And then, like I said, the carbon monoxide, still the same. Still got the system sensor 5602 heat detector, like per usual. These might stay here for a while because the IAMs, which is the individual address, input addressable module for simplex, they only work with certain types of heat detectors, which are just the contact, normally open contact heat detectors. They won't work with electronic ones. So yeah, these ones will stay for a while. For the wall mount fire alarm in the garage, we have once again another Amsico BZ54VL4. And then on the ceiling for our visual, we have the ZR MC CW Siemens remote strobe ceiling mount. And this one is set on 75 Candela. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's up there. And I don't know if you guys actually seen this in the test, but yeah, I've had this for a while. I actually got it in the thrift store down the hill from me. So it was only $7 too, so that's pretty cool. And then we have the Chemtronic 622 heat detector, same as last test. So that's pretty much it for our fire alarms and the system and all that. So right now it is set to a code 3, and it's going to be in a unique code 3. It's modeled after the older EST voice evac system. So this is the tone where the third pulse is longer than the other two. So pretty much it's a Morse code, the letter U in Morse code, pretty much. So So yeah, and also I added a cover on my homemade module, as you guys can see. Like I said, this is a DRP DC SM dual coder sync module, 24 volts DC. So, yeah, but yeah, so it's on EST letter U Morse code, and it's gonna be in a unique code 3 pretty much. So without further ado, I think what I'm gonna start with is the 275 SPO downstairs. So without further ado, let's go downstairs. And by the way, NAC 2 is what all the strobes are attached to, and it is set on synchronous, non-silenceable, so we will have audible silence, but all the strobes should be in sync relatively. I mean, the Siemens one might be a tad bit out of sync with the Wheelock ones, but as long, like, all the strobes that are in sight, are going to be in sync. So that's really what matters. When you view more strobes in one site, as long as they're in sync, then that's fine. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna start with the 275 SPO. All right, so let's go ahead and pull it. So yeah, audible silence. So yeah, that's that. So like I said, we're just gonna be testing the fire alarm portion today. I think next we're gonna do 90 beat march time, which is off, on. Yeah. So off, on. And then I think we're just gonna do all pull stations today. So let's re-alarm with the pull station in my room. It's actually not that bad out here. These are actually quite loud, I'm not gonna lie. They make a lot of noise. Yeah, so there's that. And then I think lastly, to wrap up the video, we're gonna do code 44, which is 44 is on, off, off, on. Yeah, so on, off, off, on. So yeah, so there's that. So I think we're gonna go back downstairs and we're gonna end it off with the 73030U, I think. Or 73303U. So here we go. All right, so we got 3 alarms, 4, 8, and 16. So we got to reset all the pull stations before we reset the system, and this is too big. So there's that one, and then we got the 2 downstairs. But like I said, we got audible silence. This one's a little tricky to reset, so hopefully I can reset it. Hold on a second. I'm not trying to reactivate this. So let me go here. All right, there was that. And then, boom. So put that in there, turn it. All right, and that's reset. So let's go ahead and reset with the annunciator. And system reset requested. So let's go ahead and admire the audible silence down here. Like I said, all of these are in sync for the most part. So and there's that. All right. So, hope you guys enjoy this retro system test. It's been your boy, Black Lighting 4547. Take care and have a good one.